Hey guys, it's 4 a.m. and I have to be at the surgery center at 5 a.m. for my HSG test, so I'm getting ready for that now. I'm about to take 800 milligrams of ibuprofen and 1,000 milligrams of Tylenol, which is supposed to be equivalent to a Vicodin as far as pain goes. I'm a little nervous. I'm excited to get some answers, but I'm nervous. I've never had a baby before. I've never had anything go into my cervix ever, so a little nervous about that. I'm a little nervous about flushing the dye through my tubes. I've heard that if you have a blockage or partial blockages that it can hurt a little bit, so I will keep you updated and let you know how things go today. Wish me luck. Hey guys, so it's now like 7:30 a.m. I just got home after having my HSG test done. Whew. Right now I'm not feeling too bad. It just feels like I'm on my period. I'm having a little bit of bleeding. They told me that the dye would be leaking out throughout the day, so I think it's probably mostly like a little bit of blood mixed with the dye that's leaking out, which is why it looks like a little bit more blood. So I went in, I had mine done at an outpatient surgery center, and I went in, got registered, and then they took me back. I work at an outpatient surgery center, so I kind of knew what to expect at this point. I went back, I changed into a gown, had to take everything off. They got me hooked up to a monitor. I didn't have to have an IV or anything. I didn't get any anesthesia. I just, I took 800 milligrams of ibuprofen this morning and 1,000 milligrams of Tylenol, which is not a typical dose of over-the-counter pain medication, but it was safe to do one time, and it acts kind of like it can treat pain the same way that Vicodin can, according to some studies. So I'm not really sure because I don't know how this would have felt without it on board. But I took that this morning. After I got all hooked up, they put some warm blankets on me, which were really nice because it was freezing there. My doctor came and talked to me about the procedure and told me that, you know, no matter what we found, that if they were clear, or if she was at least able to clear them, that it would increase my chances of conceiving, that a lot of people have had this done and then were able to get pregnant afterwards because everything's like flushed out, opened up. So that kind of made this worth it to me. So I went back, and it was just really cold and awkward at first. I got over onto the OR bed. They strapped me down. My arms were like tied down. They put a strap over my belly. I was on a pelvic bed, so they put my feet up in stirrups, and then the bottom of the bed broke down and lowered so that my doctor could get up in there. So I was all exposed, and it was freezing. So they bundled me up top with a bunch of blankets. And then they brought in the x-ray machine, which is called a C-arm because it's kind of like a C. So it just kind of goes right on top and underneath you. And it took just a bunch of pictures after she shot the dye in. So she took a speculum, which I think, I didn't get a look at it, but it definitely like felt more uncomfortable than the one that she uses in office for like pap smears and stuff. So she did that. It was cold and uncomfortable. And then they put the catheter in through my cervix, and it pinched. It wasn't comfortable. It didn't hurt too bad. It just was really uncomfortable. And then I didn't really get a whole lot of warning, which I was kind of happier that she didn't say, well, here comes the dye or anything like that, because I would have probably tensed up more. I was pretty relaxed at first. I was waiting for her to tell me that it was coming, but then all of a sudden it just hit me, and I had probably I've never had a baby, but what I imagine a contraction would feel like, and that's how other people have described it in their videos that I've watched. I would rate the pain 8 out of 10. Probably one of the worst pains that I have felt. I have never had like surgery or anything crazy happen to me. I've had ovarian cyst rupture, which I would also call an 8 out of 10. I was able to walk whenever I had those happen, and it hurt pretty bad. I had to have narcotics, but I would consider, for me, a 10 out of 10 would be like something that I would be like, knock me out for kind of pain. So, but it was bad. They had to I kind of like squealed, and they had to tell me to breathe. They're like, just breathe. Because I guess I was holding my breath, and my oxygen kind of started to drop a little bit. I was fine. But it hurt really bad for about 30 seconds. And then it was over. It hurt in like my lower abdomen, like my uterus. And then in my lower back. Like, I get lower back pains during my period. Sorry about my dogs fighting in the background. They're just playing. So it was like that. And then it kind of slowly subsided into just kind of like period cramps. And that's kind of how I feel now. I just feel kind of like bloated, and every once in a while I'll feel like a mild moderate cramp. I just feel kind of blah. So I'm probably gonna take a nap here soon, because I've been up since before 4 a.m. because I had to be at the surgery center at 5 a.m. this morning, and my procedure was at 6. So I'm pretty tired. My husband over there is working. I don't know. He's working from home. So he got up super early with me this morning and drove me there. And then because of COVID, he had to wait out in the car the whole time. He went and got me some Starbucks. So I had Starbucks waiting for me whenever I got done. And then he drove me home, and now he's working, so he got up and started his day super early just for me. I have a keeper, guys. He's awesome. So my doctor told me that I can go ahead and start trying this month. I am on day 9 of my cycle right now. She wants me to keep using ovulation predictor kits. So I will keep doing that. Once I get a positive, she wants me to call her again. Last month I did this. Once I got a positive, I came in and did my mid-luteal cycle progesterone testing. So about 8 days after I got my positive on my ovulation test, they had me come in to check my progesterone levels to make sure that I'm ovulating. She said that they were fine last time. They were like 11 something. They were still like on the low end of normal. So she just wants to check them again, and see if maybe we need to do some supplementation possibly. But I think we're good to go. My tubes were open. My uterus looked great. So everything's looking good. We're coming up on 6 months of trying to conceive. This month is month 5. So, my OBGYN is just really awesome. So, normally they don't do all of this stuff until you've been trying for at least a year. And like I said, this is the 5th month that we've been trying, and she's done lots of blood work, checked all my hormones. I had an ultrasound done. She saw that I had like, I think 6 cysts, maybe something like that, on my ovaries. I've always had ovarian cysts since I was like 18. So I knew about those. And then she had me do this test and has had me do the mid-luteal phase progesterone tests. So she's very proactive. She's so nice, so supportive, answers all of my questions, has no judgment. So I'm gonna stick with her. I like her a lot. I just started seeing her January of last year, so it's a good match, and I'm excited. Hopefully this helps move things along. So I will keep you guys updated on the rest of my journey. See ya.